All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Bridget Sharp. I'm here with the Human Rights Campaign, here to kick off and MC our press conference today. For members of the media, please hold those questions until the end after the remarks. We will have enough time for Q&A once the remarks have concluded. So we're here about the Municipal Equality Index, or the MEI. It's going to be more important than ever over the next few years. It's so many things. It's a rubric for cities that want to make a difference, a source of information that for people who want to make a change in their lives and move somewhere new. It's also a health report in a way. It is without question the most comprehensive report on LGBTQ inclusive policies in place in cities and towns across the country. But we know how hard it can be to do that good work. Let's break it down. Even though many states are making it harder to support LGBTQ people, cities continue to find a way. Average scores are up, and more cities than ever are getting 100 points. Some of them are even taking steps above and beyond the norm, and we're here to celebrate those cities, and one in particular, today as we launch our 13th edition of the MEI. And it is my pleasure to introduce HRC's president, Kelly Robinson.
Thank you. All right. Hello, Tempe. How you doing today? All right. See, we can get rowdy at a press conference. I will say the weather is gorgeous and it just feels like equality anytime I'm in Tempe. So it is really an honor to be here with you all. And I'm particularly honored to be here with Mayor Woods. Can we give him a round of applause too? Mr. Mayor, your leadership and longstanding commitment to equality represent the heart of the Municipal Equality Index. Since taking office, Mayor Woods has continued Tempe's proud tradition of ensuring the city remains a beacon of inclusion in Arizona. Under his administration, Tempe hasn't just maintained its perfect score, it's expanded protections and services for LGBTQ plus residents. So today marks the release of the 13th annual Municipal Equality Index. This is the nation's most comprehensive assessment of LGBTQ plus equality at the local level. And launching it here in Tempe, it really carries a special significance. This is a city that proves what's possible when local leaders refuse to let state-level headwinds deter them from doing what is right. For 10 consecutive years, Tempe has earned a perfect score of 100 on our index. That's an applause line. Yes. But what truly makes Tempe exceptional is its status as an all-star city, one of just 76 cities nationwide that have achieved excellence in LGBTQ plus equality, despite being located in states without comprehensive non-discrimination protections. Here in Arizona, Tempe has helped create a coalition of progress, joining Phoenix and Tucson and Scottsdale, Mesa, Chandler, Glendale, and Flagstaff in showing that equality cannot wait for state action. Under Mayor Wood's leadership, we've seen how this commitment manifests in real action when the state legislature attempted to restrict DEI initiatives. Tempe's Human Relations Commission, many of whom are here today with us, with the mayor's support, you took bold action. They didn't just oppose the bill. They explicitly cited the city's strategic priority of promoting quality of life and used the MEI as their benchmark. That is exactly how this index is meant to work, as a roadmap for progress and a shield against regression. Nationally, this year's MEI has two powerful stories to tell. We're seeing unprecedented momentum at the local level with a record-breaking 130 cities earning a perfect score, y'all. And I have to say, we are also seeing incredible challenges across the board with more than 490 anti-LGBTQ plus bills introduced across the country in 2024 alone. And over 45 of those bills were signed into law. No one needs to be reminded of the anti-equality track record of the incoming presidential administration. This is precisely why Tempe's example matters so much. And what gives me hope, especially in times like these when so many in our community are struggling, is to see this city as such a light. When politicians try to turn the clock back on equality, it's cities like Tempe, under leaders like Mayor Woods, that show up and show us the way forward. Under leaders like Mayor Woods, we see progress and change happening that's meaningful, that's sustained, that's creating a pathway for more to come. You are proving that local governments can be both bulwarks against discrimination and laboratories for inclusion. The MEI, it's not just about celebrating perfect scores, it's about recognizing the hard work that goes into it, the hard work being done in challenging places to make equality real. So today, we're not just celebrating Tempe's excellence, but your commitment to continuing that progress under Mayor Woods' leadership and creating ripples of change that extend even far beyond these city limits. So with that, I'm very proud to introduce your Mayor, Woods.
Well, I'm going to put that right behind me over here. So just to make sure that I have it directly in front, I want to make sure too, before I even get going with any remarks, that I invite the members of the City Council to come up and join me today. As well as our city manager and our chief diversity officer. I'd love for them to join me here as well. So thank you so much for the incredible remarks. We really appreciate the HRC being right here in Tempe to kick off this event. But I want to say first and foremost that no one person can do anything on their own. I am fortunate that I have the best counsel a person could ever have. And people many times ask me, do you guys actually get along as well as you actually appear to? And I say, yes. Like any other group of people, we occasionally have disagreements, but I will tell you this group loves each other and we are all rowing the boat in the same direction, and that's very much towards equality in the city of Tempe. So I want to make sure that I can introduce those people here. So let me go first to my Vice Mayor, Doreen Garland. Councilmember Burdetta Hodge. Councilmember Nikki Amberg. And the speaker after me, Councilmember Jennifer Adams. I also want to introduce our Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Valisa McMillan-Humes. And our city manager, who was also our city's first ever diversity director, Rosa Inchausti. So I want to make sure that I thank the Human Rights Campaign for choosing the city of Tempe as the location of their reveal for this year's Municipal Equality Index. I don't know about other cities, but every year around this time, our team eagerly awaits the findings. Did we get a perfect score? What other Arizona cities are on the list? These are questions that actually bubble around our office, especially on the third floor of City Hall, each and every year. And there's a reason why we're so interested. Tempe was the first city to pass an Arizona anti-discrimination ordinance back in 2014. We took a stand before it was popular and before it was commonly thought of as the right thing to do. I also want to thank the city of Phoenix as well. One of the earliest conversations I had about passing a non-discrimination ordinance was back when I was a member of the city council. And then Mayor Greg Stanton had a conversation with me about the anti-discrimination ordinance they had passed at their city. And now Congressman Stanton had a conversation with me and said, what I really think the city of Tempe should do next is to make sure that they also pass an anti-discrimination ordinance. I want to also thank now Congressman Stanton for all the work that he's done, and frankly for the person who first put the idea on the table for me and therefore for the city of Tempe over 10 years ago now. So we really did try to take a stand before it was popular to do so and before it was commonly thought of as the right thing to do. We knew then, like we know now, that equality is for everyone. And I'd like to thank our city manager, Rosa Inchausti, for her work on that ordinance. And as I said before, at that time, she was the city's first ever diversity director. So the city council can do a lot. We can have very aspirational goals about the things that we want to accomplish, but we can't do that without an exceptional team of people as your professional staff. And that is exemplified in Rosa Inchausti and her leadership. So thank you, Rosa. Yeah. So this ordinance is so important to us because it's part of the city charter that we've expanded that now has protections for everyone. And I should say, after the city council actually passed this ordinance, the residents of the city of Tempe actually ratified it through a public vote to be part of our charter, which is basically our constitution, meaning that even once all of us are gone from the city council, it will still live on in our city charter and with all future residents who live, work, or play in this community. This ordinance actually now also incorporates the Crown Act as well as source of income protections. So in Tempe, whether it's your hair, your sexual orientation, your pronouns, or where your rent money comes from, is your business. And our ordinance says that you cannot be discriminated against for any of it. In fact, we'd rather celebrate the beautiful diversity that you bring to our community. We'd love to see you at our Pride Party in June, or at our Unity Walk in January, or at any of the other dozen events we have each year. We'd also like to see you open a business here, like Gabe Hagen's Brick Road Coffee. But as we know, one of the many reasons why we're here today is because not everyone feels the way that we do in this room. And that's the reason for this ordinance. Right now, our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Office is working with our Tempe Police Department to ensure that it's easier to report hate crimes. We also have an online guide so people can get educational resources. I am really proud, as the mayor of the city, and I know I speak for our entire council, for our track record of perfect MEI scores. And I look forward to our city finding even more opportunities to really lead the way, not just in the state of Arizona, but across the entire United States of America. So with that, I will turn this over to my council member here, Councilmember Jennifer Adams.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. And thank you for being here today and for Tempe's welcoming atmosphere and the Municipal Equality Index that is personal to me. Former Mayor Neil Giuliano was the first mayor in the entire United States. So he's been a mentor of mine and an idol for many, many years. So I just am really proud to be the first councilwoman as a gay woman. The protections that we offer in our city are important to me and to our whole community. Before becoming a council member, I was a city employee. I can remember the day that the anti-discrimination ordinance was passed, and it was a proud day. I felt verified and valued. Now, as a council member, it's my privilege to ensure that we both continue to enhance the protections it offers. I want to thank the HRC for acknowledging the work that we have done and to continue to advocate for even more progress. Thank you very much for being here today.
All right, thank you so much, Mayor Woods and council members. We just appreciate you all so much. I would like to bring up Gabe Hagen, owner of Brick Road Coffee.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabe Hagen, and I am the owner of Empower Coffee Roasters and Brick Road Coffee right here in Tempe. I'm also a proud resident of the city of Tempe with my husband. Tempe is a city that I believe has become the beacon of inclusivity and progress here in Arizona and really across the country. It's an honor to stand up here today with Mayor Woods and Council and the Human Rights Campaign to launch the 2024 Municipal Equality Index. Look, as a business owner, I know firsthand how much an affirming and inclusive city impacts not only the residents of the city, but its vibrancy is a local economic force. Brick Road Coffee, we've built a space where everyone is welcome. It's a space where people from all walks of life can come together, they can connect, and they can feel seen. That's what Tempe represents. It's a community where everyone can find belonging, opportunity, and most importantly now, safety. The Municipal Equality Index, it's about more than just numbers and rankings. It's about the values that we choose to stand for as a community. Here in Tempe, those values are very clear. It's equality, inclusion, and unwavering commitment to the safeguarding the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals. These aren't just abstract ideals, they're the foundation of a thriving, sustainable community. Discrimination has no place in the city, in our city or any city for that matter. And when people are denied access to healthcare, especially gender-affirming care, it affects the ability to thrive and contribute fully to their community. Gender-affirming care saves lives. It allows individuals to show up fully as themselves, contribute to our workforce, our schools, and our neighborhoods. Cities like Tempe understand that inclusion isn't just the right thing to do, it's a smart investment in our future. Unfortunately, we have seen state preemption laws that can strip local governments of their ability to protect their residents. These tactics undermine the work of cities like Tempe that strive to create safe and equitable communities. But let me be clear, when states try to interfere, they're not just targeting policies, they're targeting people. People like my staff, my customers, my neighbors, and my friends. Local leaders like those here in Tempe are the closest to the people they serve. Mayor Woods and most of council are regulars at either my coffee shop or one of the many other local coffee shops here in Tempe. They know us, they know our staff. They understand the realities that we are facing and are uniquely equipped to address them. And they've shown time and time again that when we prioritize inclusion, we all win. We create communities where people want to live, they want to work, they want to start businesses, and they want to raise their families. So in closing, I just want to say how proud I am to call Tempe home. The city has shown what it means to be on the right side of history. And together we're proving that building a community isn't about partisanship, it's about people. And when we center the well-being of people, we can create a brighter, more just future for everyone. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Rabani.
Thank you. My name is Rabani Furqan. I'm the current chair for the City of Tempe Human Relations Commission. And good afternoon, and thank you everyone for coming here today. It's both an honor and a privilege to be here as we launch the newest Municipal Equality Index report. Today, we reflect the progress we've made while we also reaffirming our commitment to the work ahead in making Tempe more of an inclusive, supportive, and welcoming community for all. The Human Relations Commission has been one of many community groups at the forefront of creating the inclusive environment in Tempe. And today, I'd like to highlight just a few of their impactful initiatives and demonstrate our city's commitment to inclusion. In March 2017, the Human Relations Commission made a presentation to the City Council advocating for a public relations campaign to promote inclusivity in Tempe. With the Council's approval, they launched the Tempe Welcomes You As You Are campaign, featuring posters displayed within the city. These posters were also displayed in all of the Tempe high school schools, where students could see and be reminded of the community's commitment within diversity. A social media campaign further amplified the message, and a banner proudly hung across Mill Avenue to remind us all that Tempe welcomes people for who they are every day. In the same year, the HRC reviewed and updated the city's transgender guidelines tool for supervisors. Their thoughtful suggestions ensured that the language that they used was more inclusive and affirming of transgender employees, and helping the city stay at the forefront of supporting all gender identities. In 2018, the Human Relations Commission took action in the schools to encourage the next generation of leaders in inclusivity. They partnered with the schools to have students create and carry banners at the annual Unity Walk, each banner symbolizing peace and unity. And in 2021, the Human Relations Commission took another important step by creating a diversity library in partnership with the Tempe Public Library. This initiative provided students with books featuring culturally diverse imagery and content that highlights contributions of all cultures. These books are available for students in schools and at the Tempe Library, giving them the opportunity to explore different perspectives and learn about the richness of our shared human experience. This year, the Commission requested that the City Council continue to support DEI efforts in the city in spite of the SB 1005. The initiatives are just a few examples of the Human Relations Commission's ongoing commitment to making Tempe a place where everyone can feel safe, supported, and celebrated. It's a testament to what can be accomplished when local governments listen to their communities and take action to protect and uplift those who are most often vulnerable. Cities like Tempe that prioritize the well-being of their residents and champion equality will be the cities that succeed in the future. We know that when we invest in the health, equity, dignity, and rights of our LGBTQ plus community, we're building a more vibrant and resilient city for everyone. Thanks everyone for being here.